That's right. Get that mic. Get that mic over there.
Mike,
Go ahead.
can I hold it?
Yeah, let him hold it. Let him hold it. See, there's a man. There's a man that knows what he wants. It's my kind of guy. Go ahead.
Well, this might shock you, but we have something in common.
Good.
Respect for human life.
Thank you.
Okay? Now, I have 2 comments on my deep respect for human life. Okay? Number 1, and you can comment on my objections. Number 1 and number 2. Okay? Number 1, I'm opposed to the murder of unborn babies being legal. Number 2, I'm opposed to our wasting our military in the Middle East on behalf of Zionist Israel. Thank you.
All right, well, let me just tell you that Israel is a very, very important ally of the United States, and we are going to protect them 100%. 100%. They've been our most reliable. It's our true friend over there, and we're going to protect Israel 100%. As to number 1, we're with you. Okay, one more. We got to ask one more, because that was a tough question on Israel. That was nasty. Whoa. Are we all for Israel, right? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Most importantly, I brought my Bible. Okay? And, you know, it's First Presbyterian Church, Jamaica, and this was written by my mother with my name, it's a long time ago, with my name, with my address, with everything. In case I lost it, somebody would return it. You know, in the old days, if you lost something, they returned it. Today, a little bit less so. But I saw this, and I said, I have to bring it and just show it, because it brings back so many memories.
Christian, have you ever asked God for forgiveness? That's a tough question. I don't think in terms of, I'm a religious person. Shockingly, because people are so shocked when they find this out, I'm Protestant, I'm Presbyterian. And I go to church, and I love God, and I love my church. And Norman Vincent Peale, the great Norman Vincent Peale, was my pastor. The power of positive thinking. Everybody's heard of Norman Vincent Peale. He was so great. He would give a sermon, you never wanted to leave. Sometimes we have sermons, every once in a while we think about leaving a little early, right? Even though we're Christian. Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, Frank, would give a sermon. I'm telling you, I still remember his sermons. It was unbelievable. And what he would do is he'd bring real-life situations, modern-day situations, into the sermon. And you could listen to him all day long. When you left the church, you were disappointed that it was over. He was the greatest guy. And then, you know, he passed away, but he was a great. He wrote The Power of Positive Thinking, which is a great book.
But have you ever asked God for forgiveness?
I'm not sure I have. I just go on and try and do a better job from there. I don't understand.
She's still very beautiful. I moved on her, actually. You know, she was down in Palm Beach. I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and fuck her. She was married.
That's huge news there.
No, Nancy. Yeah. No, this was marriages. And I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. I took her out furniture. I moved on her like a bitch, but I couldn't get there. And she was married. Then all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look.
Jeez, your girl's hot as shit. In the purple.
I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
all of Donald Trump's children are either married to or dating Jews. All of them. The most famous of his kids, Ivanka Trump, she married Jared Kushner, who's Jewish, and she converted to Judaism herself. She actually took a Jewish name, Yael Trump. Her kids, Trump's grandkids, are Jewish. They probably call him Zadie.
I want to thank my Jewish daughter. I have a Jewish daughter.
But it's not just Ivanka. Donald Jr. is married to Vanessa Hayden, who's Jewish. Eric Trump is married to Lara Yunaska, who's Jewish. They married under a Jewish chuppah or wedding canopy at Mar-a-Lago, an exclusive club that used to ban Jews until Trump filed a massive lawsuit against the bigots to let the Jews in. And then there's Tiffany Trump, Donald Trump's other daughter by Marla Maples. She's not married yet, but she's dating a Jewish man named Ross Mechanic. That's in Trump's personal life. His company, the Trump Organization, pretty Jewy. Executive Vice President, Michael Cohen. Other Executive Vice President, Jason Greenblatt. Chief Financial Officer, Alan Weisselberg. There's a token Gentile as Chief Operating Officer. Pretty much the Shabbos goy who goes into the office by himself on Yom Kippur. Here's Donald Trump as a parade marshal at the Salute to Israel March in New York in 2004, a dozen years ago. He's been pro-Israel and pro-Jewish long before this campaign. And his campaign? Jewish. Stephen Miller, the firebrand speechwriter and spin doctor who also gives the warm-up speeches at the crowd for Trump's rallies? Jewish. I saw this, Michael Aboud, communications coordinator. Sounds Muslim, right? No, Sephardi Jew. Steve Mnuchin, finance chair, Jewish, of course. So everywhere Trump goes, he's pretty much outnumbered by Jews. His own family, his staff, his circle of friends. Here's a tweet Trump wrote about 5 years ago. The White House should stop publicly pressuring Israel on Iran. Iran's nuclear program is the threat, not Israel's right to self-defense. That's great. Here's another from 2011. He said, why is the UN planning to attack Israel's sovereignty and ignore Iran's nuclear program? The US should look at future funding. Here's one more about the United States funding Hamas. He wrote, bad move. Barack Obama released $147 million in aid to the Palestinians. That money is going to Hamas. That's Donald Trump. There has never been a more pro-Israel candidate for president ever.
And we're going to pay great tribute to Joan Rivers, who truly did love Israel. Is that right?
That's almost 2,000 Palestinians dead.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Tell that to the people in Hiroshima.
Yes, almost 100,000.
Good. Good.
This is the most number, percentage-wise, of civilian deaths.
Oh, so
no, more than World War I, more than World War II.
I'm going to say thank you all very much. It's a tremendous honor. We love Israel. We will fight for Israel 100%, 1,000%. It will be there forever. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Israel actually plans to exterminate the entire Arab Muslim population of the world. And the Muslims know this. And this is why their jihadism and their excesses have some basis in reality. They're trying to survive because they know that Israel simply is interested only in genocide and exterminating all the Arab people, bringing them under complete domination. And the Israelis are always exterminationists.
Are they creating a Christian-Muslim war?
Yes, that's all deliberate. See, there is no Christian-Muslim war. Now, I have filed legal papers in this town here before in a law case that I have going on, in which I state frankly that 1 billion Christians and 1 billion Muslims are now at a war to the death with each other, and the only victor will be the state of Israel, because Israel is getting rid of all of its rivals and all of its competitors at one fell swoop. It's a brilliant move, and it's also totally calculated and ruthless.
Strategic ally, our unbreakable friendship, and our cultural brother, the only democracy in the Middle East, the State of Israel.
Is the real enemy Israel?
Yeah. Our Zionism, world Zionism. The State of Israel is nothing. It never has been. It's the tiniest state in the world, yet this is the most important state in the world. It's the most important state to the entire United States government because they put the interests of Israel before every other consideration, including the United States.
President-elect Trump, my friend, congratulations on being elected President of the United States of America. You are a great friend of Israel.